Okay, so now final steps here, other than, you know, finishing up the final. I haven't done any tags. I realized I hadn't really done any tags in this thing, so I've still got a lot of work to do. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my strings. So the next thing is I've got my text block. I've got my finish on here, whether you used baby wipe, ribbon, cheesecloth, whatever it is you use to kind of glue all of this together and give it something really solid to set on. Now, normally what you would do is put glue all over this piece, line it up in the book, and glue it down. But I want this as my first page. So whether you choose to do this or not, I've made myself an inner cover. Okay, so I'm going to glue this to this and then put glue here and lay it down onto my book, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using some Beacon fabric tack, and I'm going to also put in some PVA glue. So I'm going to kind of do the outsides and a strip in the inside with fabric tack, and then in between each one of those I'm going to put some PVA. So I get extra special coverage on there. But because this is kind of a cloth, that's why I'm thinking the fabric tack will be one of the better items to use. So here we go. I'm getting this on really well around all of the edges. Working around my tripod here, so that still did not really get glued on underneath there very well, so I'm squirting some glue up in there. Everything else seems to be pretty good. And then I'm going to do one right down the center. Okay. And then my PVA glue. So I'm going to get the best of both worlds here. Alright, and I'm going to, let me go ahead and get my cover away for a second. I'm going to line this up. And lay it down. Make sure I've got things moved around here so it's even, centered. Now I want to get my bone folder here. Oh, excuse me. Last page and kind of work underneath there easily. Same thing on this side. Just do a few. Let's see, there we go. Get in between the signature. Okay. Trying to get in between the signatures there so I can just kind of run this. Alright. So we're going to give that a second to dry. It's going to really, really need to be dried, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, find my center, back this up and put it around here, pencil. I'm going to find my center and put a little mark where, see, I want this towards the, yeah, so right in here somewhere. And I'm going to use my crocodile, my big daddy, and I'm going to put it on the 1/8 of an inch hole. Line the hole up and make the hole. And I'm putting one of the Tim Holtz fasteners, Tim Holtz little, oh shoot, whatever you call those things, like little doorknobs. And you just pop it through underneath and screw the little doorknob onto the screw. And then this is going to get covered with my inside piece. Okay, so there's that. Now the other one I won't put, I've got the eyelet that's going to go through and hold the hair tie. It's a pretty thick one, but hold on one sec. Okay, so now my text block is dry, and I had a little bit of leakage through the one side there, and let's see how I did on this side. Fine. Of course it would be in the front of the book that I'd have it, but that's alright. I can put a piece of lace there or something like that that is gonna, and just want to make sure I'm holding it by the outer blocks. I just wanted to make sure, I mean these outer pages, I just wanted to make sure that it was going to be stuck there. Okay, so once you figure out what kind of closure, you can do a ribbon closure. So at this point you would stick some ribbon down on both sides before you put this down. I've got, get my another sponge here. Okay, put this up to the side. So I'm going to put glue all over this and set it down, but I want to get it lined up perfectly first, or semi perfectly, I guess. So I at least have this in the center, and I know that I need to pull this back out again. There we go. Okay. So I'm lining up the text block into my book so that it is nice and straight. And then I'm going to leave it right where it's at, and I'm going to put glue here. Let me just double check one more thing. Is that going to fit in there? Yes. Okay. Alright. I got another one of my sponges here. And I'm going to go. It takes a, you can wet these. Oh, I didn't want to get it all over that. Oh, and then I moved it. That was just perfect. You would do better to wet these sponges before you start trying to maneuver the glue, just so they're just damp, not soppy or anything like that, because you don't want it warping the pages any more than it already is. So now I'm going to put this back into the corner again. Back. See if I can get this pushed back in here and centered in here. I've got the front of the book facing the front of the book. I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to see how we're lining up here. Not superb. So where am I going wrong here? This got, okay, this, there we go. Okay, now it's very wet, so you want to be gentle, but you want to get this pushed down onto your cover. There we go. And then we're going to lay this like this. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. And then we're going to, once we get this all done, make sure that's going to, yeah. Once we get this all done, then I'm going to close the book, put some weight on it, and leave it closed until it's completely dry, okay? So get my sponge again. Okay. And you want to get it to the edges on everything, but you don't really want to get up into the laces. But the part of the lace where the paper is, you know, that's quite all right to get. You want all that paper to get glue on it. Okay. And this side should be fairly easy to line up. You're just going to be closing it this way. And we're going to open this up. Okay, push this down. Okay. While I'm at this, I'm just going to line this up. Let's see where that edge is, right there. I'm just going to line this up, pop my hole 3/4 because this is a larger one for my eyelet. Okay, where to put my eyelet? Right here. Flip this around. Okay, so I've stuck my open that all the way up. And I'm gonna stick my there we go. Put this back down. Make sure that's getting there. And I will do this part later because I think I've got some thinner ones than this. So I don't think I'll be able to get that through there, but right now my main concern is making sure that this is getting, that feels like that's really grabbed nicely. It looks nice and straight on the lace. I love that lace hanging out. So now I'm going to find something heavy and put on here and leave until, of course I can't find anything. That's not really heavy. This will work. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I also have what else do I have? I could totally use this elastic cording I have. So I might just do some of that. Definitely won't need that much of it, for heaven's sakes. Don't know what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to get a fresh end over here. So I'm going to take this and let's see, I'll need, if I make, let me see. If I make a knot in this and then flip it around, I think that'll work. Just gonna make a knot in this. And I'm gonna do it one more time. Sorry, I'm just tying it around like this, just making a knot in it. And I'm doing it twice. So it's a nice substantial knot. I'm pulling it as tight as I can. And then I'm leaving the ties for a moment. I'm gonna stick that through there. Yeah, so a double knot will work, but okay, hold on. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, so I got it about the length I wanted it, and I put 2 knots in it. I'm gonna put one more because I'm kind of hoping what I can do is, because I've got the lace, I don't want to wrap it around. Yeah, that third knot was not really necessary. I'm going to have to wrap it around. Let's see. So we're going to flip this through. Okay. It's gonna mess the lace up a little bit, but that's okay. And then I've got my little tail, and it just gives me a little ear marker thing there. I can put some beads on there. I think I will untie it from that third knot that I put on there. But anyway, that's my closure. And this is my book. And I will come back and give you a final walkthrough. I'll have all my strings taken care of. And once I get all my tags and everything in there, this will be tight enough to hold. But so there we go, guys. Again, I will rejoin you for the final walkthrough. Thank you for following this series if you did, and I hope you got a lot out of it. I certainly enjoyed sharing my process with you, but you know, every book is different. Every book takes on a life of its own. That's kind of what I like going from one book to the next, is that each one of them's different, and it's just exciting. I love working on one, but then I love starting another one too. So finding the time to stop when it's the right time to stop, sometimes that's a hard time. But all right, guys, God bless. Have a wonderful crafty day and make some journals. Talk to you later. Bye.